All right, what's going on, y'all? This is Robert Lowery coming at you guys again with another episode of the Think Up podcast. I haven't been with you guys for a while, as some of you may know. My wife and I, we just had twin girls, so we ain't been getting much sleep. So striving to get back at it. So this is episode number 32 of the Think Up podcast. And again, my goal in these podcasts is to help you to become the highest expression of who God is calling you to be. So I pray this information bless you, and let's get right into it. This episode is called What Empowers Your Limiting Beliefs? So I'm just going to be talking about what empowers your limiting beliefs. So I wrote about this in my chapter in my latest book, Think Up to Get Up, How to Break Free from Destructive Ways of Thinking. I wrote a chapter about it because it's something that was really near and dear to my heart, something that I was learning that I was doing, which I had a lot of limiting beliefs. As I began to strive to grow into, step into my purpose, flow of my gifts, I started noticing there was a lot of limiting beliefs I had that was causing me to think low of myself, that was causing me to be insecure, that was causing me to overthink people's comments, and causing me to connect with people who wasn't right for my purpose. So I just want to get right into it, guys. I got a quote. The quote for the day is, "You will rise or fall to the level you believe you belong." And I can't stress it enough, guys. When you think low of yourself, you think you belong on this lower level. You think you get uncomfortable when you walk into different rooms, when you start a business, when you strive to embrace the gift or flow in the anointing that God blessed you, you feel uncomfortable. But what I learned is you will only rise, you will grow to the extent that you believe you belong there. You will rise, you will grow to the extent you believe you belong there. It's so important because so many of us don't believe we belong. And we do things to make ourselves feel comfortable, but not effective. And in this season, y'all, this 2021, last year taught us so much. Let us learn from our mistakes and let's embrace everything God has for us. So again, that quote is, "You will rise or fall to the level you believe you belong." So again, I'm talking about what empowers our limiting beliefs. Of course, there's many that empowers the limiting beliefs. So I'm just going to cover three. So the first one is ignorance. And that really goes really far. When you are ignorant of the limitations that you have, new information isn't going to help much. And this is what I mean. Driving in a car. The car has the ability to go 150, 100, 200 miles, right? 200 miles per hour. Well, let's say you drive it, you got the vehicle, you're driving down the street, you're going 50, 60 miles per hour. You put your foot on the gas and you're not moving much because you ignorantly don't know that you got the emergency brake applied. Since you have the emergency brake applied, all of that power is being wasted. Now, do you need to go in depth on how the engine works? Do you need to go in depth on the amount of degrees you have to press the accelerator to make the car push past the resistance of the brake? Is that a wise thing to do? No. In that situation, the best thing to do is learn about releasing that e-brake. When you release the brake, you will go faster. So in this analogy, it's better to get your foot off the brake versus to put your foot on the gas. And when it comes to knowledge and wisdom, in our information-based society, it's so easy for us to learn so much. Get this person, follow this person, follow this person. But there's a quote by Dr. Henry Cloud. It says, the most expensive thing you can pay is attention to the wrong people. And I cannot tell y'all enough, like when you are ignorant of who you are, it's best to identify the thing that's holding you back versus trying to just compound new knowledge and new information and trying to learn about your business, trying to be a better singer. Like, wait a minute, like what's holding you back? And when you deal with that, man, the whole world open up to you. So the first thing is ignorance of identity. When you don't know who you are, anybody can come and tell you who you are. That goes a far way, so I ain't gonna go too much into that. I mean, we all have been in situations where people try to take advantage of you by you not knowing who you are, or the next thing, not knowing the value that you bring. When you're ignorant of the value that you bring, that's an automatic limitation. You allow people to talk to you in any kind of way. I was in a situation where I was at an employer, really liked the employer, but I did not like how the management was going. I told not only the manager this, I also told upper management this, and that eventually got me fired. I didn't want to get fired, but I felt good about myself because I was true to myself, and plus I knew the value that I bring to any place I go. People don't have to value you, but you gotta value you. Make sure you value you. That's what matters. The next thing, ignorance of the destructive nature of limited thinking. You can be ignorant of just how much damage you're doing by thinking small of yourself. You want to open up a business. You want to open up a restaurant, and the furthest you can think is just, barbecuing on the side of the road. That's fine for a season. But man, I know some good cooks, and they've been doing that for 20, 30 years. They've been barbecuing their truck, they got everything on the side of the road. It's like, man, you can have a business. You can have your sauces in the stores. It's funny because one particular person, I actually told them their sauce is so good, they need to bottle it up because I wanted to buy some extra sauce. And I could tell they were looking at me like I wanted to steal the recipe. It's like, dude, you can put this in the stores. You can be ignorant of the value you bring, and you can be ignorant of the destructive nature of that limited thinking. All right, next thing, fear. Fear, you can be fearful of a lot of different things, but just gonna cover 3 here. So the fear to step out of your comfort zone. You can be so fearful to step out of your comfort zone that it limits you. Man, it forces you to think small of yourself. You know what I mean? I did it again. I'm covering all these things. All this is in my book because I did it. So I know exactly how it feels. When you're fearful to step out of your comfort zone, you start sweating. You start trying to figure out ways to do things that fits your limited thinking. Please don't do that, y'all. The next thing, the fear of being judged. You don't want to be judged. So therefore, you stay in a small limited thinking. You're fearful of failure. You don't want to fail. Some of you don't want to succeed. I dealt with that, being fearful of success. So therefore, it keeps you in this small box of limited thinking. The next thing is rejection. That keeps you with limited thinking. So overthinking the value of acceptance. Because you have been rejected, things that may happen in your past, your childhood or whatever, you may be overthinking the value of acceptance. Think about it. Do you really want to be accepted by people who think low of themselves? We all been in situations to where we wanted to be in groups at the time that seemed like, oh man, they're the most popular group. But come to find out, man, if I would have ran with them, I would have been in jail. If I would have ran with them, man, I would have be doing something unethically. So you can overthink the value of acceptance because you've been rejected. The next thing is becoming a person you think will be accepted. Okay, this is a big one right here. The rejection causes you to become a person you think will be accepted. Now we getting into like you creating an identity that you think people value because you don't truly value yourself. It causes you to think small because you create a person that you think is valuable. That's very dangerous. Take the risk and be yourself. The next thing is believing that people's rejection of you have the ability to define you. And that's my last point. Man, believing that people's rejection of you have the ability to define you. Be careful of the value you place on people's rejection. Rejection is a part of life. Failure is a part of life. Fear is a part of life. Insecurity is a part of life. Ignorance, we all are ignorant. But what's important, y'all, as we deal with limited beliefs, strive to connect. Why is that making you limited? Like, what specifically is it? So please look at these principles. I pray this podcast bless you, and I'm going to be coming to you guys more often. Our girls is finally starting to sleep a little bit. Those of you who don't know, my wife and I had 2 beautiful twin girls. They 4 months old. It's such a blessing, but as y'all know who got kids, we ain't getting no sleep. So I had to put this on the back burner, but now we getting back rolling again with the girls sleeping. So I pray this content bless you. If it did, you can email me, Robert L. Lowery III. I'm going to put in the notes, I'm going to put the link. You can purchase the book. Really proud of the book because, again, this is a representation of breaking free from limited thinking. I did not believe I could be an author. I did not believe I was smart enough. I had the platform, but all that crap don't matter. Be all God is calling you to be. God didn't give you a vision and a dream for it to haunt you or to taunt you. Embrace your purpose. Be all God is calling you to be. And I will see y'all next time. Thank you.